Here we go.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you are listening to this out there in podcast land. Welcome everybody to Chip and Company. Welcome to Disney Parks and Review. My co-host today is Chip Confer. Chip, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. You know, it's been a busy week down here in Central Florida, going back and forth to parks and, just having a great time. So
Living the life.
living the lifestyle, baby. Me and Mickey Mouse all the way. Yeah, man. So listen, this is our brand new podcast that we are starting here. It is our inaugural episode. It's just you and I sitting around having a conversation because who knows the parks better than you? Me. And that's because I'm here every single day. I think if I looked at my Google timeline, I've been at the parks 225 times since June.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
And you guys made the move from Philadelphia all the way down there.
Made the move from Philadelphia, well, by way of Atlanta for a year or two.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, 225 days since June alone. At least that's what my phone is telling me, and that's not to a park. That's just to Walt Disney World property. So
yeah, that's not the events like when you go to SeaWorld and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's just Walt Disney World property. So, all right, man, let's get into this week. We have it's just going to be you and I going over a few things. We're gonna give you guys a behind the scenes look of what we do here at Chip and Co. and kind of our thoughts on these things. One of the things we do over at chipandco.com is we give you guys the straight news. We don't put a spin on anything. We keep it straight up and give you the facts. And every once in a while, people ask us our opinion, and we are not going to give you our opinion on the news site because that's just for news. Gives us a few minutes here, about 10, 15 minutes, just to kind of, I don't know, give our opinions on stuff. So
yeah,
we
like
are
once a week.
Yeah. Going to be once a week. I think we're going to drop this on a Tuesday every single week. And don't forget, we do have our Disney News in Review show on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Which is a straight up, we just give the news on that one also. This is more you and I just get to sit down and talk and go over what's been going on in this crazy world called Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, with me being up here in North Carolina, I don't get a chance to go to the parks as often, so I like to hear about it from you.
yeah, well, I mean, you guys at least get to come down once every few months, so
Yeah.
you get to stay in the know of what's going on. Plus, you get the news every day. So,
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off at Magic Kingdom, man. I mean, it's the mecca of all amusement parks and theme parks across the world. Magic Kingdom this week. We got, I love Magic Kingdom. I every time I still walk down Main Street and see Cinderella Castle, it hits me in all the feels. But man, there's so much construction and stuff going on over there right now. Splash Mountain. Did you see about this where they had said it was going to reopen? You go over there to the park and try and ride it, and it is still closed. I think it ended up reopening after we left.
Yeah, when you were there for the cavalcade.
Yeah, which, don't get me wrong, it was kind of that cavalcade offset the feeling down a little bit by Splash Mountain not reopening. The cavalcade was absolutely awesome.
How busy was the Magic Kingdom when you were there?
It was crowded. So here, it was so weird. You go through all these summer months and it's crowded. When you get into when you get into January and into February, you kind of want a little bit of a breather down here. You've dealt with it. You normally get that space. You get to walk around. Well, apparently this year they decided that the cheerleader competition was going to be this last weekend. And the crowds were horrendous. And by that, I mean, they were it was shoulder to shoulder at some points.
Yeah, when I watched your live video, I mean, it was crazy. I was like, is this February?
Right. And not only that, so the cavalcade comes out and you have all these characters. You have Miguel, who looks like a Funko Pop. All these other returning characters like Jungle Book and Toy Story, Incredibles, Princesses. It's an amazing cavalcade. I don't think 75% of the people who were there cared.
Really?
I think you know who cared? We cared. People
All
in
the
the
vloggers.
news, all the vloggers, all the influencers, all the TikTokers, they were there. And I watched the crowd, and the crowd was a whole bunch of cheerleaders and their moms, and they wanted to go do Haunted Mansion. Man, they could care less about the cavalcade. So I don't know. Magic Kingdom is always going to be Magic Kingdom. Fantasyland looks amazing still when they redid it for 50th anniversary. It's just a beautiful park. You just got to get rid of all the people sometimes. And I think this week, honestly, I think it's going to calm down a little bit. At least I'm hoping.
Well, you went on the People Mover to get like pictures and video of Tron. So would you say that's kind of like a insider tip?
Yeah, I mean, look, if Tron is going to be huge, you and I both know this.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be Guardians is going to be what Escape from Gringotts is at Universal. It's going to be a fun ride for the family. It's going to be amazing. Don't get me wrong. But Tron is going to be the roller coaster of Walt Disney World. Like, that's what it's going to become, a destination inside of a destination.
It's going to be like Hagrid's is. You want to go on it when you get there. There's always going to be long lines, but it's really fun when you finally do get on it.
Yeah, it's going to be bigger and better than Seven Dwarves. It's going to be more open than Space Mountain. It's going to change. It's going to change Magic Kingdom. That blue of the canopy, which when you're as going back to what you're saying on the People Mover, man, you go on that People Mover, you can see the canopy being put on, and then you realize how massive that structure is. So if you guys want to see what it looks like beforehand, go on People Mover. Check it out. It's really cool seeing all the stuff being put, all the, what is it called, roofing, tarp, whatever is going up there. I know there's a word for it. It's just not
Scrim?
canvas. Scrim. Yeah, let's go with that. It's going to be huge. It's just, I can't wait. But that blue that they're going to put up for that, it's going to take over the whole Magic Kingdom. It's going to be interesting. So, yeah, that's Magic Kingdom. Not much to say this week, really, about it. How about we take the monorail and go over to Epcot? What's going on over at Epcot? You see anything new? Oh, you haven't been down here.
No, I haven't. I've seen it through your eyes, like when you shared the pictures with me.
ConstructCot. That's what it is. It's just nonstop construction over there.
Now, do you notice anything when you walk in and they have the Moana and all the construction? Do you hear anything when you come into the park?
No, you don't see it. So it's really funny. You go into the park and you don't notice anything from the minute you walk in until you hit Spaceship Earth. There's nothing. There's nothing to tell you that construction's going on. There's no signage. And then once you hit Spaceship Earth and you have to either go left or right and you can't continue straight, you notice all the giant go away green Disney barricades that are up. But yeah, nothing as far as sounds, man. No. They're doing a lot of the construction at nighttime, I would imagine, the heavy moving. I think once, maybe twice in the past year alone, we've heard like a bulldozer moving or a backhoe backing up. You can hear the beeping once in a while. Like we were watching them put in the Novacore ship, and you could barely hear them doing that.
Oh, wow.
And that thing is massive. Like, talk about taking over a land. The Novacore ship takes over that neighborhood.
I wonder when they're going to start work on the play pavilion over there next to Guardians.
Yeah,
do you see anything going on over there?
No, because it's so far. That play pavilion is so far back off the walkway, and it's walled off, so you can't even get a good shot. Like, look, you and I both know we can't get in trouble at Disney World. Like, we just can't. Like, if we were to hop up on a wall and try and take a picture, like other bloggers out there and other people, we would get in so much trouble, and we don't want to get on the wrong end of Disney. We do like going to media events. We do like having a good relationship with them. So we are not allowed. It's not worth it. So yeah, I won't hop up on the walls and look over and check. So I can't tell you anything that's going on at Play Pavilion. There's no rumors. There's no nothing about it. It's just a big giant dome sitting over there. So I hope they're doing something with it. I don't know if they are or not.
That's got to tie into like a space theme, though, I think.
I love the Play Pavilion that what they originally came out with. That was, if I remember correctly, and you can probably correct me, wasn't that originally supposed to be the first thing done? Like, that was the first thing announced when they said that they were redoing all this Epcot stuff. And it was supposed to be this giant playground that was going to be heavily interactive.
Yeah, and we haven't heard a peep. So they're probably revamping what they're going to put in over there, I'd imagine.
I would imagine. I actually hope they go with their original idea. I just think it's going to be delayed. Like we
Yeah.
lost Mary Poppins over in Great Britain. Come on, how do you get rid of Mary Poppins? And I don't mean the character. I mean the whole retheming they were going to do around that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, nice things about going on over there is Flower and Garden is getting ready. They are definitely, they have the horticultural department is doing an amazing job putting in and planting a lot of the perennials that are going in over there, and the what's the word I'm looking for? The see, I lost it. The topiaries. That's the word. Topiary. The word is topiary.
Yeah, I hate spelling that when I write up an article.
The password is topiary. Those are going in, and man, so they put in as you go across the World Showcase Bridge, and you're looking over towards Imagination. That whole area now has a new 50th logo out of flowers. It has Mickey and Minnie heads. It's beautiful. Like Flower and Garden makes that place just pop, and that's why it's one of my favorite festivals, and I can't wait for it. Festival of the Holidays is nice because it's holiday time. Festival of the Arts is beautiful, but they transform the park for Flower and Garden, and that's the one I look forward to. So, yeah, that starts March 2nd, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Like, I didn't realize we were only like 15 days away from it starting. That's crazy how quick these festivals fly.
Yeah, they need to make arts a little longer, and then Flower and Garden like a little bit later in March, I think.
Yeah, April 1st. What's wrong with starting April 1st or April 2nd? Like, you can make arts go until, because I don't know. We keep throwing out all these ideas for festivals, and like, is Disney going to change? It's just going to be food and wine 24/7, 365 over there for the rest of our lives.
I'm telling you, they need to do a summer festival where they highlight ice cream and like fresh, refreshing items. And I forget, a long time ago I had a good name for it, but I can't remember it now. But they need like something right there in summer, and spray people with water, whatever you got to do to keep people like cool in the
What a
summertime.
fun idea. I would love to do that. Just sit around and they get an ice cream passport.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ice cream from around the world.
I mean, when I go in the summertime, I really do not want to eat in the daytime at all.
No, and I agree with you. You can do a whole lot of watermelon and lemon and refreshing fruits and flavors like that.
Just in the summer, like June, July.
Yeah, and you
maybe
can take the
August.
Encanto booth and sell gazpacho, or is that no? That's Spanish. That's not Portuguese.
You were telling me about that booth.
Man, people keep look. We're already running out of time. I'm like wasting time here at Epcot. Encanto booth. Look, everybody's raving about it. It is what it is. I don't think it's worth your time or energy. I think it's okay. That empanada will stick with you for the next 24 hours. I was burping up sausage and spices for the next 24 hours. So I'm not a fan of it. But look, to each their own, man. And it's not even like real Colombian empanadas either. It's they're more of a Spanish instead of a Portuguese version. So I don't know. I think there's a deconstructed booth this year. My top choice, I think, is the best one out there. If you guys are taking my advice and you can get there in the next 15 days, deconstructed booth is phenomenal. So, Animal Kingdom, what's going on over at Animal Kingdom, man? Why is it a half-day park anymore?
All the construction, all the coasters are gone.
More construction, and there's no. Yeah, I mean, look, you have Everest is down right now, so that's one of 6 rides they have over there and it's a major one. We were over there to watch Kite Tails the other day and saw a bunch of the cars running on Everest. So that means it's going to be coming back soon, and they are testing it. But it's just a bummer to wait. And speaking of Flame Tree, have you ever been in that back area, the little garden section back there?
Yeah, it's like my favorite place to see kite tails.
Yeah, oh, it's phenomenal. Holly and I went over there the other day and had lunch at Flame Tree and sat in the back little corner at that last little table that overlooks Kite Tails. And it was awesome. Like you get to see everything. Like you almost get to see a behind the scenes of how they do it, and
Yeah.
you get the best view of the crash zone. And nothing. Like I know people hate that show, but so they started off. Now I'm going all over the place. So they added a warning before the show now that the kites falling is part of the show. If you see them land in water or in the stands, that is done on purpose. So they had to actually make an intro saying that. It's so funny. That's such a Disney thing. Look, it's all falling to pieces. Well, let's tell people it's a part of the show and it's okay.
Get a comedian out there to do some funny one-liners when it happens, and
Right. Hey, look, it's all wet. Hey, it's all wet. Okay. Yeah. So look, if you guys, every once I'll throw out a bit of advice. If you guys want to see a really great view of Kite Tails, go over behind Flame Tree Barbecue. Not only is the food decent and it's not horribly expensive, at $15 for a sampler platter, and you get the ribs and the chicken and the beans and
yeah, that's
coleslaw,
what
and
I go to.
it's really good food. Like I think it's one of the better quick service places in Disney World.
Nick,
And then you get a view of Kite Tails, either
yeah,
Jungle Book or Lion King, whichever one is running at that point. Other than that, man, like it's Animal Kingdom is not great right now, and I don't want to sound like it's horrible but it's definitely half day park. You have Primeval Whirl is gone, which speaking of Primeval Whirl, what are they going to put in there? Like, what are your thoughts?
I really don't know. I mean, it's dinosaurs in that area. Whatever they've got the dinosaur ride back there. What IP do they have that they can work into that area?
Well, I mean, you already have Bugs Life in there because that can go into anything.
Yeah,
Um,
they got to do something. I mean, it can't be a stroller area forever.
yeah, and it's the whole back area is blocked off, and then you have that one building behind there. Again, you can't hop up and take pictures of what's behind the green go away sign, but yeah, I don't know, man. I keep thinking about it. People keep coming up with ideas, and I don't know yet, but you definitely need an interactive experience back there, and it has to be big. It has to be a Avatar type situation.
Yeah,
And even if you just like you make that part of where what's that Doug up? What's the Up show? Oh no, Finding Nemo. The Nemo show that they're redoing. Like
hmm
if you can open up that area all the way over to where Nemo is, you could make that into a whole little land, like the Seas Part 2, but you could have a real ride of some water or 20,000 Leagues or whatever and tie it in with the Nemo show that they're redoing.
I think what they need to do is put a space ride right there.
I'm stumped. I got nothing on that.
Like they did at Epcot, throw a space ride back
Yeah,
there.
just randomly throw a space rider. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, look, Animal Kingdom. It's a beautiful park. I love the Tree of Life. I can spend hours just exploring the Tree of Life, and we did that live the other day, right before our show last week, and talking about the Tree of Life. I could do that for hours, but
Yeah, it's really pretty.
that's what you're doing is you're talking about a tree for hours instead of doing rides, and Avatar's always packed. So
Maybe they'll put a petting zoo over there.
see, there we go. let's just go play. You know what they need? Those Super Bowl goats. That should be an attraction. You just have all the goats dressed up as characters,
That
and you
would
can
be
go
awesome.
pet them. Oh
How
man.
they got those goats to not eat their costumes is beyond me.
I think in the background you can actually see one of the goats eating his costume and eating somebody else. Like, isn't that one of the jokes? Like, to, I spent the night waiting for the news to drop on that, and I literally was just putting goats in random pictures. I was just photoshopping goats everywhere. I was a little punch drunk. So over to Indiana Jones, over to Hollywood Studios. We'll wrap up the 4 parks on Hollywood Studios and Indiana Jones.
So
What's
there's
your thoughts on Indiana Jones? Do you like it?
I notice a lot of the other sites that kind of sensationalize news, talking about like how lame the show is now. But I mean, honestly, I'm just glad that it's back.
I agree with you. Having the shows back, especially at Hollywood studios,
Yeah.
two things. One, it soaks up the crowd. So walking around the park is a little easier and it doesn't feel as crowded.
Hmm.
Hot take, I've never actually seen Indiana Jones stunt spectacular at Hollywood studios. I just it was gone for so long. As a child, I never wanted to see it. I didn't care. And as an adult, I'm like, yeah, it's great, it's back. I'm just waiting for the crowds to die down so I can actually enjoy it without having to sweat around people. No, thank you. I'm
I've never
good.
been picked to be. I've raised my hand every time to go down and be in the show, but I've never been picked.
I think yeah, if the crowds die down, maybe this week or next week, I'll go take some pictures and hang out and watch it. But I like
Maybe sometime.
I like watching Beauty and the Beast over there. Like I can go up in that back section and nobody's around you.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't fill up and you can breathe and have a drink and have some lunch. But Indiana Jones, it's like they're packing that thing.
Are they?
Yeah, I mean, every show it's packed. So obviously, like if you're sensationalizing how bad it is, people aren't listening because they're filling up every show every day.
Yeah.
So if something doing something right, yeah, I do believe that the one of the plane scenes is missing, but I don't know. I don't know how big of an issue it is, but I don't think it's as big of an issue as people are making it out to be.
Yeah. I think
Um,
people are more concerned about Phantasmic
I
than
think
anything.
I think you're right on that. I think Phantasmic is where it's at. Everybody wants Phantasmic to come back. We've seen the pool has been refilled. People are there like trying to look. Just any news, anytime about Phantasmic, people perk their heads up. It looks like little dogs with their bent heads. Like what? Who? Huh? Phantasmic? And it's deserving. It's Phantasmic. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I love Phantasmic. I can't wait to see that back. And then we had dinner over Primetime Cafe the other night. Man, that
I love
was
that place.
I love Primetime. Like, and it's really nice to see the waitresses and the waiters doing more of an interaction with you. Like you're not, they don't put you against the wall anymore. They don't whip you. They don't beat you with a belt like your pop would. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, that went off the tracks quickly. Well, it's like being at home, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, the waitresses are interacting more. Like they were joking around a whole lot more, but not in a way where you felt bad or stupid or like I guess that's the best way to put it. Like it wasn't put down humor.
Yeah.
It was really family friendly. It was nice. It made the kids laugh. So, and their fried chicken is absolutely the best in Disney World.
I tried to get Lacey in trouble when we went there, but I ended up getting myself in trouble. They kept going after me.
It's because they know what you were doing. Like if you figure they see probably what 4,000 people a day, maybe 2,000.
Yeah, that's probably
So
more
there's
reasonable.
probably at least 10 people just like you or I trying to get our spouses in trouble and oh, put your elbows on the table and oh, here's
Yeah.
like so they're probably used to it. And like, yeah, I'm gonna turn the tables on this guy.
Oh, they did.
That's I love hearing that. Those cast members like are some of the greatest people. Like I talked to our waitress the other night for a few minutes and she was happy that she was there. She was happy to be working. She was happy to be around other people and it showed and it made our dinner experience so much better. Like we're happy for the cast members that are back and working full time and yeah. So Hollywood Studios, there's not much to talk about Hollywood Studios. Star Wars is Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still fabulous. It's wonderful. It's amazing. I could sit there and do a whole podcast on Batu alone.
Are
But
they still haven't brought back Voyage of the Little Mermaid yet, have they?
no, I don't know. Yeah, I mean you would think they were going to bring back the whole show. I mean,
Yeah.
Ursula in there is huge. Like I don't think they're going to deconstruct that and get rid of that. Like that's a massive attraction in there.
That's a great place to take a nap. So there's a little pointer for you.
I have my own issues with the Little Mermaid. I love the
Uh,
songs, but don't like the character.
Well, it's really dark and I get in the back row and take a good power nap. And
Oh
it's
man,
I can
I
hear
did
the whole show.
I did that the other day at Epcot. We went into China, Reflections of China. I was like, and nobody was in there. Holly and I just went into the back. There's a little seat back there. I was like, I'm going to take a nap for 10 minutes.
You got to do what you got to do when you go to
And
the parks.
I wasn't even being rude. Like, I've seen Reflection of China. It's amazing for propaganda. But it was like, I'm going to take a nap here and sit down. I need to get off my feet. Yeah, other than that, that's the parks, man. Outside the parks, we have merchandise. Lots of merchandise coming out. A lot of merchandise that should have come out is finally coming out.
Yeah, like Christmas.
Christmas, I'm not kidding. They had put out like 3 or 4 things at Christmas over at Animal Kingdom that I had never seen in the parks before. And it was like, oh, it's still Christmas time. Like, it's February.
Was it marked down or anything?
No, that's the problem. They were selling it for full price. Like
Yeah.
Valentine's ears.
Yeah, that came out yesterday on Valentine's Day.
Right. They came out on Valentine's Day and they were only in a few places. Like, I thought they'd be in Creation Shop, and either A, they sold out and I didn't see anybody wearing them, or they were only available at World of Disney and the Emporium at Magic Kingdom.
Well, they're pink, and you can wear them year round, I guess.
I'm sure somebody could. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my Chip and Dale ears. Speaking of that, I got mine are still on back order from coming in from Shanghai.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably on a
They were
container
doing the
boat
first
somewhere.
week of February. It's now what, the 15th? So
Yeah,
I'm
it's been a
waiting for
while.
my ears to come in. Speaking of coming in and going away, Figment. That is look.
You were there
Figment,
yesterday for it.
I was there yesterday for it, and to be quite honest, it really was well done yesterday. I think Disney learned after that 7-hour wait for a popcorn bucket, they don't need publicity like that ever again. Like, I can see 7-hour wait. Like, look, when Hagrid's open, remember there were 7 or 8 hour waits to ride Hagrid's?
Yeah.
Like, why would you do 7 or 8 hours for a popcorn bucket? I get it. It's Figment. I get the demand. Look, I've bought 4 of them now. 2 of them, one for you, one for another writer at Chip and Co. for Jessica. And then I have one and Holly has one. So over the time between 2 of us, we've bought. Wow. English
that's
is my
Philly in you.
Yeah,
That would fly in Philly, but not here.
I'm glad I caught that and not somebody on the forums are gonna be like, did you say Boughton? Yep. That and Wooder. Wudder. Wooder and Boughton. See, now how do I get out of that one? So yeah, we bought 2 between us in 2 different times it was out. Because we're not greedy. We don't care. Like, we wanted one for us to have at home, and we wanted to make sure our friends got one.
Well, they need to do like the mobile ordering for all the limited edition items. I mean, I would be all for it because I mean, it's Disney. They innovate. They came out with magic bands and they're always a step ahead of everybody. Why not move all these items over to mobile ordering? That way you can limit the number of people. I love the arrival window that you get. You go in and I guess you were there. You could tell me more about that, like when you ordered it. Like, how
Yeah,
did that
so
work?
what people didn't realize was when we got to the park, a lot of people were asking, oh, well, once we get inside, we can mobile order, correct? It's like, no, you can mobile order now. And as long as you have a reservation inside the park, you could be at home and mobile order for whatever that your arrival time was. And it's like every 20 minutes, like 9 to 9:20, 9:20 to 9:40 type thing. And they just have so many times available, and you can sit there on your phone, you pay for it, everything. You're guaranteed to get one.
Yeah, and that would limit the scalpers.
It would limit the scalpers to, well, yeah, I mean, there's ways around that, obviously. Come on, they get around everything. But it was so easy to just walk in there. You waited for the purple screen to pop up. You showed the cast member, and then you showed the next cast member, and then you showed the next cast member. And then it was so locked down yesterday. And I sat there going, yeah, this is it. Like, even for shopping now, they should have given you a return time, because how they had it set up in between Canada and Great Britain was really well done. And I
Where
think
did
we have pictures of it somewhere that if you guys go on to chipandco.com, you can see the pictures of the Figment army. Like they had so many out there. It looked so cool. Like it looked like an army was going to attack you, and they were all cute, biggie purple popcorn buckets.
but
And they had the popcorn in them.
when did you have to give blood and urine before you picked them up?
That was done on the side over at Disney Hospital.
Oh, okay.
It's their new soap opera instead of General Hospital. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's our trip around the parks this week. Not a whole lot craziness. We just kind of wanted to give you guys a behind the scenes. We're going to be dropping this every Tuesday. Remember to check us out on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on YouTube and on Facebook. We are having a great time doing that. Disney News in Review every Thursday at 7 p.m. Other than that, you can get Chip. They can get you on chipandco.com, Chip and Company on Instagram, Chip and Co on Twitter, on Twitch, on Stream. Well, I mean, man, you're everywhere, and we're proud to be
I
partnered
need to
with
do
you
a
on
Twitch
this.
channel. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You playing video games?
Just play video games the whole time. Come on, man. That would be awesome.
I don't know if you know this, but like when I disappear for like an hour in the afternoon, that's usually what I'm doing. I'm taking a break from everything. I let the dogs out. I had my lunch, and then I'll sit and play video games for a little bit.
Nothing wrong with that at all,
I mean,
man.
I need to. I need to de-stress.
Absolutely. And what's better? Like, what are you doing? First-person shooters? What are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing a game called Valorant right now.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that was
First one.
excellent. Yeah.
I'm sure your kids are playing it because that's all that when I'm in there, that's all I hear is a bunch of little kids.
I have my oldest just turned 26 yesterday, and my youngest is 15 going on 29. So I don't like, and nothing for nothing, as a good father, I don't have any clue what they're playing anymore.
Well,
I gave up because once I stopped playing World of Warcraft.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, that'll be a whole nother subject. See, what they need is Disney World of Warcraft.
They need to do something.
Disney needs to buy Blizzard or whoever, Activision. Get some real video games out there. See, that's what they need is real video games out there. But that's a conversation for another time. So,
well, Chip, they can make a game. They can make a game where you go to the parks and buy Figment popcorn buckets.
Like I think that's called Minecraft Disney Edition. If you pay $30 and you have to actually, like, it's like loot crating. You have to pay $25 to have the Figment popcorn bucket in the game.
Yeah, go and farm them. Anyway.
Yeah. See, we're on to something here. We could just make that. I think all you do is collect loot and buy loot crates.
There you go.
So you have you can get the golden ears is like the best ears you can have to make you walk 5% faster than the next couple.
Yeah, and then you can get like the shoes where you don't get run over by people and hover rounds.
And shin guards.
Yeah,
shin guards and shoes. See, it's writing itself right now. See, people, this is what we do. We when we finally get a chance to relax and have our coffee in the morning, we can have some fun conversations about the park. Don't get us wrong. At the end of the day, we love Walt Disney World. We wouldn't do this if we did not love every aspect of it. But we are definitely allowed to have an opinion. And that's what this show is all about, is having our opinion. So thanks so much for joining us today. You guys have been amazing. Check back again next week for Disney Parks and Review here at Chip and Company. We appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day.
Thanks, guys.